Hold tight, make it right, maybe you should come inside. Make you feel something that's nice, I'm not perfect, it's just life. You know how we go, always moving with the flow. Play for keeps, play some shows, in the six with my rhymes. Ride high, touch the sky, if you're eager you can fly. Find some place you can thrive, picture perfect just in time. It's fine, I'm okay, dancing around the words you say. It don't matter either way, you know I'm here to stay. Wanna be with you tonight, you don't get on my nerves. I wanna be with you tonight, you don't wanna get hurt. Swear. Right, I'm a fight, see the name of flashing lights. When it's over, catch a vibe. It's alright cause I don't mind who, what, where, how. That's not just what I'm about. If you're looking what you found, get me closer to the take my heart cause it was freezing. What you say is what you do. Look outside and catch the feeling. Let me know because I'm gonna be with you. I'm my love.
I got a two-way radio link. 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 I got a two-way radio link.
I got a two-way radio link. Watch my heart in the sink. Push me to the edge of the brink. Don't think, just keep it moving, grooving. Laughing at the world, it's amusing. What you choosing? We don't have to be losing. Like elephants, just cruising. My oh my, such a beautiful sight. Like a radiant light, Arabian Nights.
Got a two-way radio links. I got a two-way radio links. I got a
Ron Onesti is a nationally recognized entertainment executive, producer, and cultural ambassador, known for revitalizing historic venues and creating unforgettable live experiences. As president and CEO of Onesti Entertainment, he has transformed two of the Midwest's most iconic vaudeville playhouses, the Arcada Theatre in St. Charles and the Des Plaines Theatre in Des Plaines, into thriving state-of-the-art entertainment destinations. Throughout his career, Ron has collaborated with a remarkable range of performers, from industry legends like Kevin Costner and Howie Mandel to contemporary stars such as Bryan or Eric Church, earning a reputation as a trusted producer capable of bridging eras, genres, and audiences. Ron's deep commitment to heritage and community has led him to prominent leadership roles within multiple organizations. He serves as president of the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans and the National Italian American Sports Hall of Fame, where he leads initiatives that preserve, celebrate, and advocate for the Italian American community in the Chicagoland area and across the nation. An accomplished writer, Ron has authored more than 300 published articles and continues to share his behind-the-scenes stories through his weekly Daily Herald column, Backstage with the Arcada Theatre's Ron Onesti. He is also a frequent guest on radio and television programs discussing entertainment, culture, and the community leadership. Ron has been honored with numerous awards, including Italy's Cavaliere, Ufficiale, one of the country's highest civilian distinctions, and the prestigious Ellis Island Medal of Honor. As a producer, his PBS special earned 3 Emmy Awards, highlighting his artistic impact and storytelling excellence. Born on Chicago's historic Taylor Street in 1962, Ron grew up surrounded by the values of hard work, pride, and tradition. His father, Alberto, was a tailor, and his mother, Gabriela, a seamstress. He is the oldest of 3 siblings and a graduate of Weber High School, later attending DePaul University to study marketing. Today, his brother Richard serves as vice president of Onesti Entertainment. With decades of achievements spanning entertainment, hospitality, media, and community service, Ron Onesti continues to celebrate the past, elevate the present, and shape the future of live entertainment and Italian-American culture. And this is his first time on the Music Train, our season finale. Welcome to the Music Train, Ron Onesti. Thank you so much for being our guest today.
Oh, I gotta tell you, that was humbling at the very least. But man, did you do your homework? Wow, thank you so much. That was a really spectacular job.
Thank you, Ron. I'm so glad that you're here. It means so much to me. Thank you so much for your time. And I'm just excited, super excited to jump into your story. I want to thank all the guests watching on X, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and everywhere that you might be watching. Thank you so much for sharing. Please let us know where you're tuned in from. Let us know what you love about the Music Train. This is episode 12 of season 8. We're live season 8. Every episode was live. We're super happy about that. And a special shout out to my partner in Singapore, Mr. BK Han. Without this show, without you, this show wouldn't exist, because we'll tell the story to Ron in a little while. There's a lot of fun things to talk about today. Again, thank you to all the listeners. Without you, we don't have a show. And a big shout out to the sponsors. And we're going to jump in with Ron Onesti and unpack his amazing story. Here we go.
I got a two-way radio link. I got a two-way radio link.
Okay, we're back. Ron, what was your dream as a kid? What was your, it was your first dream. Maybe you've had many. I don't know about you. I've had a bunch of them, but what was your first dream?
Well, you know, when I grew up, first of all, it's an honor to be here. Vessy, I've been following you as well. And you're just an amazing young lady with all kinds of talents all over the place. Really, you're such an incredible person. Thank you for this honor of being on your show here. Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of dreams. Actually, I had really 2. I either wanted to be a professional baseball player or a chemist, believe it or not.
Really? Those are 2. What inspired you?
Well, my heroes, Thomas Edison, and I just loved, when my friends were all getting like Tonka trucks and Hot Wheels tracks and cars for Christmas. I was getting chemistry sets and, getting the whole kit that to dissect frogs and geology sets and rocks and minerals, and loved that stuff.
It's the coolest stuff on earth, isn't it? It's what we're made. It's just amazing. My grandfather was a geologist, actually. So what kind of when did music find you, and just the stage and writing? You've published 300 articles. Is that correct? 300. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it kind of all just happened. I didn't set out to do what I do today. I mean, keep in mind, when I was coming up, there weren't things that existed like event planners or live show producers as we know it, for television, radio, that kind of thing. But, there really wasn't a whole lot of people doing what I do today, and I didn't even know what I was striving for. But I had several businesses. I went through a whole gamut of things. I started working when I was 11 years old. I worked at a Jewish deli for about 12 years, learned a lot of life lessons from that in Oak Park, and met a lot of great people, and they mentored me. I was always taught to, anyone can talk. It's a special person that can listen. And that's what I was taught. And I listened a lot. And I just kept on coming up. I had print shops. I had sign shops. I had sporting goods stores. We had a thing called Onesti Softball City in the 80s that for about 15 years we supplied all softball uniforms and equipment, and it was a real big deal back then. And I just kept on going. I always loved, but no matter what I was doing, Vessy, whether it was in the sporting goods business or anything else, I was always doing. There's always a special event element to it. For example, when I had the Softball City retail store, we had a thing called the Softball City Super Show. Every year, I would put on this big trade show, and I would get the baseball bat manufacturers and the ball manufacturers and the other equipment. The baseball gloves, Louisville Slugger and Easton, and rent the banquet hall, and then bring in all the softball customers. I was doing that every year until I realized that I really liked putting on the show rather than doing the retail.
Yeah.
And I got involved in a lot of these types of events back then.
Wow, that I did not expect that. That's so cool. Born entertainer. I mean, you love to bring people together and celebrate what it is that makes them unique and who they are. And
I also got involved in the festivals back then. Mayor Jane Byrne was the mayor of Chicago. She brought these festivals like Chicago Fest and these neighborhood festivals. And I was about 18, 19. And my aunt actually worked with Jane Byrne, so I got to know her pretty well.
Wow.
And they started doing these local festivals, and I got involved with that and started doing the Italian festivals, and like everything just started coming together. So between festivals and started doing some corporate events, and then I opened up a public relations firm because I like I said, there was no type of a company or industry at the time, events industry. But anytime there was an event going on, I'd say, who put this on? Well, this PR agency. So I said, all right, Ron Onesti Public Relations was born 1996. And then, but for only for a couple years till I realized it really wasn't PR I wanted to do. I wanted to put on the events.
Nice. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love your story. Plus, I'm not going to ask you to sing tonight, although I know you like to sing. I'm going to sing.
All right. That's it. That's all you get.
Hang on to that feeling.
All right. So we're going to do that
like now. One of the greatest songs ever. Don't
Absolutely.
Stop. So, Arcada Theatre and Des Plaines Theatre. I just have to tell you, I have to give a big shout out to James from the Wellheads, because he told me about the Battle of the Bands that was going on. There was something going on at the Des Plaines Theatre. You have a specialty in creating these visually stimulating vintage vibe kind of like sets. You could say they're like movie sets almost for these venues that just feel like back in the day. Can you tell us what's the inspiration for creating that? I mean, for me as a customer coming in or a band playing there, it's just right away back in the day. The entertainment is well and alive, and it's happening here. This is where it's happening.
Well, I was brought up in a World War II household. My dad was World War II hero, and so growing up in the late 60s, early 70s, Saturday morning TV was black and white still, and the Abbott and Costello and Marx Brothers, Three Stooges, Little Rascal stuff. And I always just loved the 1920s and 30s and 40s. And so when I was actually managing a band by the name of American English, everybody knows the Beatles tribute band of American English in Chicago.
Amazing.
And they played at this theater. It was the only live show that this theater did. It was actually a Bruin View, a $4 Bruin View theater. For $4,
Bruin View.
Beer, and you get a beer, and you get to see a B movie. And
I haven't heard Bruin View since I lived.
I know, right?
I moved to LA in 98 for 10 years, and I was back in 2007, 2008. But the Bruin View, I remember on Belmont and Clark, there was the Bruin View. So that was amazing. So please continue. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's what was something that was happening then, and then I booked them the first year there, and then the next year I went to book my band there again, and they were actually not knocking it down, but gutting it to make the theater, put to like 3 floors into the theater and make an office building. And I went, oh my gosh. And I made an offer. It was a stupid offer. And after going back and forth, it was like, oh my gosh, I got it. Like, oh my gosh, now what? Now what do I do? So
wow. So you have a venue. You have a venue.
And it was in horrible shape. Absolutely horrible shape.
So you did that. Obviously, you're a passionate person. You do and say what you believe in doing, and that's how you've
Yep.
gotten to where you are. So, how did that feel at that point? How did you ride the wave of not knowing what would happen with knowing what you could make happen?
Well, as I was doing these events, I got to know a lot of the entertainers and hire them. And as I was doing it for a while, I started doing shows at like Hawthorne Racetrack. I would do concerts with James Brown, with James Brown and Little Richard and Chuck Berry and all that kind of stuff. It's really really
Oh
great.
my
Great.
gosh.
Oh yeah, Alice Cooper. I mean, it goes on and on. So I was doing all these concerts, all these shows, and then, again, having all these relationships with agents, managers, and acts, I always dreamt, man, it'd be so cool if I had my own place. And this
Yeah.
kind of fell into my lap. And, again, just tried to make it happen. And it was built in 1926. And, man, I just love the Roaring 20s. I thought, how cool would it
Yes.
be to kind of do something here? So I did it, had no money, didn't have enough money, that's for sure. Didn't know what I was doing. And it just happened. And then about 7 years later, 8 years later, the speakeasy came about because the building turned 90 years old at the time, and I
Wow.
wanted to do something 1920s because it was, it just made sense. And I found a room up on the third floor, small room, and I said I could just make a small speakeasy out of this. I'm talking about a small bar for about 6 people, just something. Put a couple pictures up. I knocked a hole in the wall, found a whole place behind it that was hidden, and several hidden rooms. So, and the ceiling was high. It was an actual old 1920s, 30s Masonic lodge. So had a lot of
Wow.
secret passageways and that kind of thing. So I
Very
turned that into
cool.
because I would collect antiques. So we have about 300 antiques there and vintage photographs, and we've got great experiences, different rooms. We got Louis' Bar, which is a tribute to Louis Armstrong. And then you go over to another room as you're walking in. That's the Charlie's room, the Charlie Chaplin room. And you get all this
Yay.
great Charlie Chaplin memorabilia. And we show silent Charlie Chaplin films on the
Oh,
wall. Then you walk back
amazing.
out. You've got the Jean Harlow room. We've got it's amazing.
This is
The
the
Great Gatsby.
Arcada. This is the
Yeah.
Arcada Theatre we're speaking about
Yep.
in St. Charles. Everybody,
Yep.
if you don't know, now you know. Go check out oshows.com. I believe you're booked like I don't know how many years in advance. Just the Bodines played at your venue. If you
Couple
ever,
nights ago, yeah.
I mean, it was amazing to learn that there was a venue like this in Chicago. I had no idea. So again, thank you for being our guest. Ron is here today. Ron Onesti, president of Onesti Entertainment. You can go to Oshows, that's OSHOWS.com to find out more. And if you have any questions, definitely let us know. Let's look at some of these comments. Sailor John is here. We'll just share this because people are super happy that you're here.
Sailor John, love you, brother.
Yes, Sailor, he's amazing. We've got Crypto B Radio in the house. I love you too. Thank you so much for tuning in. And let's see, what do I want to ask you next? Okay? So you have the 2 theaters now. So are you wanting to expand?
Well, that's it. Yeah, so I had the Arcada Theatre and then opened up Club Arcada Speakeasy.
Yes.
And then I got a call from the Village of Des Plaines, or the City of Des Plaines, and their city manager is kind of old, was an old rock and roller and loved my place in St. Charles, one of my customers. And he goes, man, we got this theater in Des Plaines. We're going to knock it down because it's really in bad shape. But it would be our dream if you could do something with it. I'm like, I don't know. He goes, would you come check it out? I said, okay. I went and saw it. And I went, not a chance. It was so bad, just completely condemned, holes everywhere, just really, really bad. It was closed. It was for about 12 years, it was a Bollywood Indian film place. And then it closed down. About, again, another 10 years was just in bad shape. I said, man, that would be rough. Well, the Rivers Casino came to Des Plaines, and they had to spend money in the community. They had like $2 million. And so the city said, how about if we put $2 million into it, and then we'll get the casino put $2 million. We'll put some into it. And then would you be interested? So I took another look at it. It wound up being about an $8 million thing. The Rivers put 2 in, the city put 4 point whatever, and then I put the rest in. And
Wow.
we all put together as a team, brought back the Displays Theater, and because they
Amazing.
would come to St. Charles and say, we want this here, the speakeasy, the whole look. So I brought back the way it looked in 1925 when that one was open, and so, but that was all happening. That all happened just before the COVID came, and then
Yeah.
COVID came, and then but I had the financing in place just before COVID. So it kind
Oh,
of, on one side of it was a very tragic thing, COVID. Of course, I lost an aunt and a couple friends.
oh,
Obviously, we all lost
sorry.
people. But
Yeah.
the upside, the silver lining to that was that we had the financing in place and the plan in place. It was going to take 3 years rather to renovate the Arcada and the Displays Theater. We wound up taking only 11 months because during the shutdown, we did have workers come in and separated and a
Yeah.
distance rather than mask and all that stuff. And then now we got the other place going, and we're about to open up a couple new places as well.
Oh my goodness. That is so exciting.
Yeah, it is.
I love your story. I love your dad was a tailor.
Yep.
Your mom, forgive me again. Now your father was a tailor. Your
Seamstress.
mother
Yep.
again was both of them were seamstresses.
Yeah, my
Both of
dad was
them.
a tailor. They both made clothes. Yep.
That is amazing. So did they have like a shop? And because my
Yep.
grandfather, so my father's from Bulgaria, just a
Ah,
little bit about me. He came here in the late 60s, but he took a DNA test. I always said, so are we 100% Bulgarian, Tutko? That's how you say dad. He goes, yes. Well, on his side, my mother's German, French, and Russian and Swedish. And anyway, he took a DNA test, Ron. And guess what? The other little part is 25, 30%.
Italiano.
Italiano. That's right. I wasn't surprised to find
Well, I
that
love
out.
doing we do a lot of multicultural programs. I love that. And especially displays, we have a very close relationship with the Consul General of Bulgaria, and we do some
Oh,
Bulgarian programming there. So
I would love to find out more about that. Again, you guys were speaking with Ron Onesti of Onesti Entertainment. If you didn't know, you know now. Two theaters are actually like, I don't want to say killing it. That's how people talk these days. They
yeah,
are putting on the best shows in Chicago, in the state, and probably nationally. I would have to argue
we're up
nationally. I
there for
don't
sure.
know. I don't know about other theaters doing what you guys are doing.
Everybody
This is what
does their thing. We do our own thing, and people seem to like it. We got the bunch of we got about 8 restaurants now, or it'll be 10 soon, and we got actually finishing up a small hotel that's a boutique hotel connected to the Arcada building.
Oh my goodness. I'm getting chills. When you said that the Displays Theater, what you did, to collaborate on such a huge venture, that takes really
Yep.
somebody that has good relationships with people, which
Oh yeah,
seems to be what you have been mastering your whole life. You could call it, you could give a dash to your parents sewing,
big
these
time.
beautiful communities together. And so how does a band, let's say there's a band that's not really a well-known band, if they wanted to get booked at the theater, what do they need to do? What is a up and coming band that wants to play an amazing space? What advice do you have for them? How do they? Because
Well,
you can't just get your foot in the door. You really need to be building or know
there's a
somebody
couple
that's
things.
building.
You got to be able to work hard. There are bands out there, and they have to treat it like a business. They're creative, of course, and they're artists, of course. But there's a business side of it.
Yeah,
So I say try to
totally.
bring something to the table. At the end of the day, unfortunately, it's not always the best entertainers that get the stage time, because there's
Yeah,
some great entertainers, but they don't sell a ticket or don't draw anybody. And there's some
yeah,
people that are mediocre at best, but they bring 200 people, 100 people,
right.
50 people. So I would always say work on the marketing side, get every email address you can, be very active on social media, get those people, that awareness and social awareness. And if you bring that to the table and you say, look, we've got this many followers, this many likes, this many Instagram, all that stuff, and then you also have a great show that is visually engaging as well. Sometimes it's just jeans and t-shirts kind of guys and girls, which
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes that's fine, nothing wrong with it. But we're very over the top. So
It's nice to get dressed up. I mean, don't you have like Club Arcada, correct me if I'm wrong. I hear there's a whole like contingency of like 20, 30, 40 somethings just coming in there dressed to the nines, dressed in the roaring 20s vibes.
yeah,
And you've got like drinks that are like one of them,
what was the Charlie Chaplin, the chocolate, what was it called?
There's a chocolate martini named after Charlie Chaplin. We've got the
Yeah.
flapper floozy. We got,
Yes.
a lot of the bee's knees, a lot of 1920s. Our servers are either newsboys or flapper girls.
Nice.
People, you can come to the speakeasy dressed or not dressed in period clothing, but people love the experience.
And the food is delicious. People are raving about the food as well.
Yeah,
I know
those
that.
are all my recipes, and especially
my
my
goodness.
meatballs. People love
You're
the
a
meatballs.
chef. You're a chef as well. Okay, so what don't you do? I don't know if could say anything at this point.
I just do my thing.
That's an amazing thing to have you here tonight. Thank you for making time for us. I wanted to again thank the listeners for tuning in. This is the season finale of Music Train. I'm Vessy Mink, your host. I want to shout out BK Han. He was in here for a moment. I'm not sure if there's Wi-Fi issues. I think he wanted to send you a big hello from Singapore. Definitely let us know where you're tuned in from. We've got Chicago in the house. We've got Singapore in the house. Where are you tuned in from? And we're going to give just a little bit of time to the amazing Susie Williams and Michael from Radio Venice. A little bit of music for you, Ron. Here we go.
God was full of wine last night, so very full of wine, that he let a great secret slip, a great important secret slip. He was so very full of wine, and he said, there is no one on this earth who needs a pardon from me, for there is really no such thing. I say that there is no such thing, for there is really no such thing as sin. The beloved, he has gone completely wild. He has poured himself into me, and I am blissful, drunk and overflowing. Oh, bring all your bottles of wine to this table divine. The earth we share, and if your cellar is bare, the whole universe can drink forever from mine. And he said, there is no one on this earth who needs a pardon from me, for there is really no such thing. I said that there is no such thing, for there is really no such thing as sin.
One of my favorites. That's the Susie Williams from Venice, California. Shout out to you. Oh my gosh. Speaking of chanteuses, we were in a cappella trio together. I love Susie. She's like Greta Garbo meets like Bessie Smith. Amazing Technicolor. She's just an
Okay.
amazing woman. We've got BK Han with us out of Singapore here. I know he's traveling. I just am so excited to introduce the two of you. BK, am I audible? Your mic is muted. Hopefully he can hear me. I don't know. Well, anyway, Ron, what do you think about how did it feel to earn an Emmy Award? 3 of them. How did that feel? I mean, were you
Well,
you seem very humble, and you've had a lot of success, but like as you said, hard work, consistency, community. I mean, these are the things that BK preaches with regards to just having the kind of influence that actually makes change in the world.
Well, I mean, very humbled by it. People are really nice and different things. The Ellis Island thing meant so much to me because it, represented my grandfather. Another tailor came over in 1911 through Ellis Island and got to Chicago. And, some of these things, I mean, some people are appreciate awards. Some people don't like awards. I just think it's just so nice when somebody takes, I find that the awards sometimes are more special to the people giving them. And I try to honor that, I try to respect that because people work really hard. Like you, for example, you honor me by having me on your show, and you've prepared and you work on it. You work really hard on it. And that's just a wonderful show of love and passion and the kind of person you are. And same thing with these other honors. I mean, they're very nice, but my the honors that I like the most is when like I get asked, for example, what are some of my favorite concerts? And of course, there's a lot of rock shows, but one of my favorite ones, the Glenn Miller Orchestra. When I see a grandfather dancing with his 10-year-old granddaughter or something on our stage and around our dance floor, and providing that memory, and that's the true award. That's what I really enjoy.
And it's a reward, really, isn't it? It's because you're like you're privy to the memories that you've helped create, and actually it is really ultimately about listening. I'm one that's a lot of the time talking. The listening part I've been getting better at as I'm getting older. As a younger person, it was very difficult because I had so much to say. There's so much to say, so much to like share. And I think that, I mean, I would hope that the entertainment industry is just kind of beginning again to really see its heyday for all the right reasons, and actually the true art that is the moment that's created with amazing cuisine, with amazing aesthetics in a space, with amazing music, all those things, and actually people really who care about being together. BK, are we audible now? Can you hear me? I'm hoping that he can hear me. Oh, he must be. I don't know where he is. Singapore. That's very far.
That's far, yeah.
But yeah, so I wanted to share a little bit about how BK and I met. There was an app called Connect Club. Initially, we met on Clubhouse app. Are you familiar with the Clubhouse app, the audio app? So we met on Clubhouse one day, and he became my NFT mentor. NFT are non-fungible tokens created on blockchain with Bitcoin, Polygon, Ethereum. There he is. What's up, BK? I can't hear you, but I can see you. We have Ron Onesti here from Onesti Entertainment.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I think I just got saw the last part of the video, but my reception was bad. Apology for that.
Glad
nice
you're
to meet
here.
You.
How's my audio?
Fine.
You sound good.
Okay. Carry on. Let's see. I will need another couple of minutes.
It looks like you're about to be going somewhere. We're on the music train, you guys. A special shout out, BK Han and I
was on the plane just now.
Amazing that I even was able to like text with you via the airplane. So the cool thing is we met on this app called Connect. BK was very much my mentor in NFTs, digital assets, empowering the individual to create their art and put it on a different kind of platform. Are you familiar with digital collectibles and NFTs and
Sure.
and that kind of thing, Ron?
Yeah.
So For me, I just wanted to be able to create one and learn to mint one. It took me 6 months, but we've been working together now 4 years. It's a labor of love collaboration. And so anyway, one day on Connect Club, there were all these different people from all over the world in our little space that BK created, kind of like a talk show vibe. And I've got my digital audio workstation here. And he said, Vessy, because he knows my niche is writing a song on the spot, why don't we take a word from each one of our guests and you write a song for them on the spot? And so that's what I did, and I recorded it. And what ended up happening is we minted 12 songs that were a collaboration with all of our guests. So that was essentially season 1 of Music Train. The next year, or the next episode, the next season, it became a video podcast. So we're in season 8. This is the season finale. Again, we want to thank all the listeners, all of the guests who have been on the show. We've had amazing guests on here, including Ray Charles's daughter, who's an amazing singer, amazing songwriter. Robin Charles, David Duran, Joe Nix Hardistry. We've had Ann Farley Gaines, Susie Williams, Brad K. We have so many amazing guests on the show. You guys, without this share of your time, we just want to say again, thank you. It's a labor of love. And BK, do you have any questions? A little bit about Ron Onesti. He has 2 theaters that he revitalized back from the dead, you could say, in a 1920s Roaring 20s style, from like the visual aesthetic to the food to the nights to the drinks to everything. And people are booking shows there. I mean, you've had like, who are some of the top, would you say the top ticket sellers? You've had the Bodines there. Obviously, everybody knows the Bodines, but what are some of the other?
Last night with everybody from the band, you know, people from the band Chicago and Foreigner and all the classic rock from Blue Oyster Cult to America, Rick Springfield. I mean, we do about 500 shows a year, so there's not a whole lot of people that we haven't had.
Amazing. BK, they also show vintage movies like It's a Wonderful Life. I mean, people, you know, that, and so dinner and a movie, I mean, that's what it's about. So Ron was sharing how his parents were tailors. His grandfather was a tailor. He's an Italian American who really got his start in a deli. What was the name of the deli? I was going to ask you where you worked
in
for 11
Oak
years.
Park. It's still there. It's called the Onion Roll. That's a Jewish deli that I got my first job when I was 11, 12 years old, and spent 12 years there learning and being mentored, learning about life, learning about, you know, I was taught, I had this boss there, was a old Jewish fella, was a miserable individual, but you know what? He was always on me for everything, always yelled at me, but taught me about pride. He taught me how to move the salt and pepper shaker as a busboy and wipe behind it, be proud of what you do. I mean, a lot of life lessons in that kind of thing.
Attention to detail.
Yep.
Yeah. It really is amazing how those who are actually seeming quite unhappy, probably from just a lifetime of hard work and just nobody giving them breaks per se, and wanting to kind of pass that on to like amazing people like you. I mean, you were so young. He did. Yeah. He was like a grandfather role too. BK, do you have any questions for Ron while you're in the airport? Where are you, by the way? Where are you in the world?
I'm just traveling to another appointment in the morning. Yeah. Anyway, well, it's amazing to hear that he revitalized theater, right? Theater, and I think this is something that we all need, because in Singapore, over the last couple of years, big cinemas has closed down. In fact, one of them, owned by a friend of mine, you know, she was trying to revitalize like 10 years. On the 10 years, she just couldn't make it. You know?
Wow.
So I think some of your ideas and concept could be something that needed here to sort of keep this going. I remember when I was in Sweden, there was a lot of small theater that they were still surviving, you know, keeping the history, the culture, and then they played some of those movies or play that was old time. So I love to, you know, maybe connect after this and see what are the experience that we can use here.
Arcada Theatre in Singapore. Wow.
Let's do it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, let's do it.
Amazing. So he's got some other, I don't know if you caught it, but there's some things in the pipeline already. There's another theater, 1 theater, 2 more theaters.
Well, actually, restaurants. I'm revitalizing.
A hotel.
Yeah, revitalizing a new, not new, but a Little Italy in Chicago on the west side by Harlem Avenue. So I'm putting 2 restaurants there. opening up the National Italian American Sports Hall of Fame, opening up the Italian American Veterans Museum, and opening up the Chicago Museum of Italian Immigration. So we're trying to preserve our Italian American culture, as you know, Chicago is the city of cultures, and we love every one of them.
And just to give flowers to the Italian, we call her the Italian stallion on the blockchain, Violetta Zeroni. She put out an amazing NFT collection that sold out, and one of her songs sold for, and this is just because a collector loves Violetta Zeroni, 1 Bitcoin, which at the time was $65,000, and they own her digital assets. So I don't know if you've heard of Violetta Zeroni. Would love to send you more information. Her father was a Disney artist, so the visual works are his works. Beautiful, just depictions of her in amazing different kind of scenarios, and with her beautiful voice, very classic voice, really beautiful. She's traveled all over the world for NFT and digital asset. So
I can tell you just a little something somewhat relevant here. The builder, the original owner of the Arcada Theatre, Lester J. Norris. He was an illustrator also. His best friend was Walt Disney. So they grew up together. And we got some memorabilia there as well. But Disney did his thing and Lester J. Norris did his thing. He was like the Entertainment Tonight or the TMZ guy back then, because photography wasn't as prevalent in 1910, 15 or so. So he would go to Los Angeles. He would go to Hollywood Land. He would do all the vaudeville in New York, and he would go and draw all the entertainers, and that's how he got to meet them all. And that's where his he had an affliction for putting on. He always wanted to put on these shows. He said if he ever came into any money, he would build a theater. Well, he married his childhood sweetheart, whose family actually patented barbed wire and started Standard Oil. So they had a lot of money. And they built the Arcada Theatre in 1926 for $500,000, equivalent to about $34 million today. And so there's a little connection to Disney there.
That is an amazing story. Wow. I'm so excited to learn that. I mean, who doesn't love Disney? Mickey Mouse, Warner Brothers, everybody. Yes. Minnie Mouse. Everything about Disney World is an amazing, beautiful story. And so you're saying the original owner of the Arcada Theatre, who married his childhood sweetheart, was friends with Walt Disney. You guys are hearing it live right here. The Arcada Theatre, by the way, is in St. Charles. And so the way that he did his, he would, that's amazing. Amazing. Violetta Zeroni, this story came because I shared what you're doing on the blockchain. BK, do you have anything you'd like to share before we get close to closing out? Because I'm actually going to need a word from you, Ron, a word or two, because I'm going to write a song on the spot. It's our shtick, you could say. So BK as well, if you'd like to share a word. And anybody out there, if you'd like to share a word, definitely let me know. If you have any questions for Ron. BK, do you have anything you'd like to share?
Well, I think it's like another couple of days before 2026. I think it's best wishes to everyone.
Yeah.
Keep moving, like the moving music train. We've been moving for many years.
Yes, we have. Labor of love.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think it's been tough over the last couple of years after COVID, and things are hopefully getting better. And my words for the song is 2025.
2025. Okay, let me get the guitar. Ron, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm going to write a song on the spot with a word from you and BK. His word is 2025, and you'll both need to mute when I do that. And what's your word or two or sentiment?
My theme is music and meatballs.
Perfect. He's okay. See? All right. Boy, do I love music and meatballs with Ron Onesti. 'Cause he's the bestie and a it's 2025, babe. We're just sitting here on Music Train, and we're not gonna go insane, diving into the original fame. Love illustrations and Taylor's names, granddad, mom and dad. Thank you for making all my dreams come true, 'cause I'm an Italian stallion neighborhood. We love you at the Music Train. We love you at the Music Train. We love you at the Music Train. We'll see you again in 2026. To pick up those wooden sticks. Play a drum beat for me, baby. Play a drum beat for me, baby. Oh, you're listening to the Music Train. Oh, thank you for being a part of a family. Hey. Human beings are social. Okay, I was going to go into another song, but it wasn't a good transition. Thank you. Hope we did okay. How many songs have we written on the spot? It's kind of getting a little bit like, what's going on with this concept here? But that's how we do it. The train keeps going. Don't forget to make your dreams come true by just doing the thing that you're passionate about and believing in yourself and remembering the 3 C's: community, consistency, and content. Those are the things.
I thought cannoli was going to be one of those words.
Cannoli. I love cannoli. An Italian dessert. Beautiful, crispy, floury, lovely, thin pastry filled with, what is that stuff? It's so good. What is it?
So you take, if you know what ricotta cheese is, so it's ricotta cheese. It's mixed in with powdered sugar, and then sometimes you put the mini chocolate chips, some pistachios in there. It's a delicacy for us for sure.
It's my favorite with a little espresso. BK, you love cuisine too, big time. We have that in common, all of us here. Do you have a favorite Italian dish?
Who, me?
Oh, yeah, I'd love to know yours. Yes, both of you. I'd love to know your most favorite Italian dish. Mine is probably ravioli. Since I was a little kid, the Chef Boyardee. I never learned how to make it the real thing, but for us, you know, that was my introduction to ravioli. I love ravioli.
Well, my new concept is, because I'm all about rock and roll and I'm all about Italian cooking. So the concept is called Rock and Ravioli, not rock and roll. They're all my custom ravioli. So I've got a chicken Vesuvio ravioli with smoked chicken, the Vesuvio sauce topped with the fried potato cubes and fresh peas. And then I have another one with a frutta di mare, which is all the fresh seafood, scallops, shrimp, calamari ravioli, topped with a lobster sauce, a lobster red sauce, crab meat. I can go on and on. I have a braised short rib ravioli, topped with carrot and like a kind of a beef stew kind of a ravioli. It's braised short rib with carrot, celery, and onion, and a little bit of pot roast on top, shredded pot roast. Again, I can
shredded
go on
pot roast. Do it. Keep going. This is why you want to go to one of these amazing restaurants. So the Rock and Ravioli is in the first floor of the Arcada Theatre, correct? On Main Street in St. Charles. And right so anybody can find out oshows.com. They can find the restaurants, all the venues, right? And so do you put out any, or do you have a wish to put out food like in Whole Foods? Like, do you want to put your your sauces, your recipes out there?
Yeah, we're doing that right now. I've got my own giardiniera. I've got the meatballs, the sauces, the ravioli dishes. They're all going to be available. Oh yeah. People are loving it. You know,
making my mouth water. BK, over to you.
Yeah. My favorite is Italian wine, actually. So, my first French wine wasn't very good, so I didn't enjoy wine.
You're an Italian wine lover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ended up in an Italian restaurant and they recommended Italian wine. That was the beginning of my so-called wine journey. Yeah, I love Italian wine for some reasons. I don't know why.
BK, but
Yeah,
what about the cuisine? Have you not had Italian food?
yeah, I have a lot of Italian, but I have problem pronouncing the Italian. So what?
Don't worry about it.
More,
Come on. What bolognese? Bolognese. He said bolognese.
Oh, that's that BK. That's a good move. The bolognese, if it's made properly, it is so flavorful. And you know what? And one of the bases, especially in my own bolognese, is red wine. So there you go. That's why it's one of your favorites.
Yummy,
yeah, yeah.
yummy. I
Also,
wish we could
the
just.
matching of the wine, the matching of the wine and some Italian food was really, I mixed the taste of, wonderful.
It brings it out. Is it
Yeah.
true? So we're gonna Lucy. Remember, I Love Lucy, one of my favorites. I Love Lucy, the Lucy and Desi show. So she made wine with her. She stamped on it with her feet. So that's how it's done, isn't it? And I mean that's the original
Well, it
way
used to
that
be anyway, but it's interesting that if you really do your research on that, that was a real Italian lady that was helping her stomp the grapes, and she was like really, really physical with Lucille Ball, and Lucy was going after. If you really look at that, was a real fight they were having. Wound up
it
being,
looked like.
yep, that's
Really?
true.
I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they used to do that. They used to crush them like that.
wait, what
so
were
there's
they
another
fighting
version.
over? Oh, sorry. Go
There's
ahead.
another version. So while the lady was crushing it, I mean the wine came out okay, but there was another version that when she was crushing it, she had a broke off with her boyfriend and she was crying and the tears fell onto the grapes and that tastes even better.
That's right. A little salty aspect, a salty note to the wine.
Yeah, what would
Something
that
like that.
called? That wine would have to be called "Crying Over You," an
Oh,
Italian
yeah.
1944.
Yeah, vintage,
Well, it goes really good with this.
tears. I like it.
Vintage Tears. And then you could
That's
have
sweet.
Tears for Fears. Tears for Fears could make an NFT, a digital asset, and you could have the QR code on the wine bottle so that when people
Well, we
buy the
could-
wine, they could have the Tears for Fears new song or something.
Well, we can do, wine and beer. We could do, vintage tears and tears for beers.
Yes. Amazing. Okay, you guys. Well, it looks like this is a great ending to our show. Any last words from either Ron or BK about the new year, about giving kind of some advice to the people who are watching about being your authentic self? Would love to give you the stage before we say goodbye for 2025. We'll see you in 2026. Ron, after you.
Well, God bless you all. It's so nice to meet you, BK, and God bless our brothers and sisters in Singapore. Safety and a good health and a great new year to you and your family and all of our brothers and sisters in Singapore.
Let's go. Love it.
Thank you.
BK, after you.
Well, I'd like to share. Recently, I sort of rewatched a movie called Meet Joe Black. Have you seen that movie, Meet Joe Black?
Meet Joe
Yes,
Black?
that was a while ago.
Yeah. So there was a speech that he was giving on stage, and then he said one thing. I think that meant a lot to me because I just had my birthday on 20th December. He was having his 65th birthday in that movie, and he said that he wished that everyone would be like him when he wake up in the morning. There's nothing more he could ask for.
Yeah. That's
Amazing,
it.
right? Yeah, I mean, every day we are working hard. We wake up, we wish for this, but it comes a time when you can wake up in the morning and say, "Oh, there's nothing else I can wish for."
Yep.
That's why
I
hope
love
that
it. I've got to
everybody
watch
can-
that movie.
That's a good movie.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good movie.
Thank you, BK. That's beautiful. Waking up and just saying that you woke up is enough. And you have the whole day until you're exhausted and get to go to sleep, and hopefully you have a place to stay, but that your whole day is an effort put towards just making other people happy, which makes
Yep.
you happy, because to be in service really is what actually I believe that we're here for in the world. Why else would we all be together here? Just obviously we're here to make the world a better place and give each other a great day by being authentic. All right, you guys. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into the Music Train. Since I mentioned Robin Charles, she was our guest on Music Train. I'm going to close the show out with her amazing song. It's called Colorblind. It's, I believe, unreleased still, and it's an adage to her father, who she asked. He said that he's colorblind because he, obviously, people know Ray Charles was not able to see. He was blind. And I had Robin on the show and I asked her about that because it also is kind of twofold. I was surprised she was putting out a song called Colorblind, but she was putting out a song called Colorblind because of her father, Ray Charles, and what it actually means to really love. Here it is, you guys. Thank you again for tuning into the Music Train. My name is Vessy Mink. I'm with Ron Onesti, BK Han. We will see you next season, season 9. Thank you so much to the sponsors, to the listeners, to X, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever you're watching from. Thank you so much. We love you so much. Happy New Year in Mandarin. It's Gong Si Fat Sai, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you again, Ron. Thank you so much for being our guest, our amazing guest. Happy season finale, BK. So good to see you. Here we go.
How do I paint a picture with no color? This is my question to you. Every shade of my life tells a story. My gray skies were never blue. No, how do I hold back these tears? Run down my face like a waterfall, trying to capture these fears. Losing my focus, can't see at all. Bright like a rainbow, gold as the sun, deep like the ocean, loud as a storm. But I still can't see you, all I hear is light. I can't see your colors, cause I'm colorblind. 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 What is a photograph shot with no imagery? It's just a negative, it's empty space. When life is valueless like Peter one, the picture is all out of frame. Each filter is a memory. Every thought bleeds the truth. It's not easy being green when the blank canvas is you. Hot like red, like a fiery furnace, black like every color of mine. But it won't change how I see you now.